No, I can't be up in here complaining. Gotta let them know I'm famous in my home. Listen here, I'm here for the world to hear. And I'ma make sure they know what my name is. I just wanna end up famous in
I'm so serious, probably why they be so damn curious. They furious, Easy got these ladies on some silly shit. Now what the dilly is, I'm going all out. Hey, I'm the talk of the town, why y'all just saw a mouth. Here's a story about my quest to be rich. I'm like Beyonce and Kelly on some Destiny shit. Mr. 6 Mile, look me up, I'm some with a dream. Got my city like an addict, guess it's some with a fiend. For my team, anything less is uncivilized. Surprise, I'm seeing this world through clear eyes. And haters only made me more inspired to bless. On the clock right now, what the hell is the next? Like that feeling in your chest when you're ready to leave. Like that memory you had, you just couldn't believe. And we always got a little ammunition for y'all, cause we remember when they wouldn't even listen at all.
Listen here, I can't go another year. No, I can't be up in here complaining. Gotta let them know I'm famous in my life. Listen here, I'm here for the world to hear. And I'ma make sure they know my name.
In 97 on Gunston and 6 Measy, the streets made a natural born hustler. Believe me, drop real with it. That was my first EP. Grind harder than granted, but made it look easy. Take it to the top, that was the plan. Now I'm known.
Yeah, what's up, buddy? Oh yeah, everybody gotta say what up to my grandma. Say what up, though.
Hey.
There y'all go. Oh yeah, you. That wasn't hard, I wasn't. I might be a grandma boy, but then again, this Bronx 21C Elite Records. It's your man, Mr. Needy. Holla at your boy, we on the block.
Okay, we're gonna make this one for the block.
This is for my section, all my peoples on the block. For all my hustlers pitching, sitting up in the spot. This is for the ladies, all the stations, here it is. An anthem for my city player, that's what this is. This is for my section, all my peoples on the block. For all my hustlers pitching, sitting up in the spot. This is for the ladies, all the stations, here it is. An anthem for my city player, that's what this is. If we gon' boast, let's do it like none other. It's nuts, player. Just call me the Dun Dudder. I'm the one, brother. Go tell it on all heels. It's all real. He hellin', it's all skills. I'll chill for a minute. Let me make y'all vibe. Send this all up in your chest the way I shake y'all rides. Showing signs of the best of these lyrical spitting specimens. Musically, a miracle the way I come so heaven sent. Define what a blessing is. Hear this guy. Most of y'all ain't even ready. Better fear this guy. Here's why. I might just slow things down. Calm down, catch my breath and change sounds. A strange town, that's where the knees feel. It's on now, whole damn squad gon' see meals. We feel, no other camp in the city gon' have the damn audacity to hate an anthem that's gritty. This is for my section, all my peoples on the block. For all my hustlers pitching, sitting up in the spot. This is for the ladies, all the stations, here it is. An anthem for my city player, that's what this is. This is for my section, all my peoples on the block. For all my hustlers pitching, sitting up in the spot. This is for the ladies, all the stations, here it is. An anthem for my city player, that's what this is. Finally came to me, how would life in the game do me? Convinced truly, y'all watching the same movie. Lame dudes pop it off when his phone's involved. Then you see him in the flesh, it ain't on at all. Told you all, most of y'all be too damn tough. When the shots fired, let me see if you stand up. So your crew ran up, saw the brawl and just scattered. 3 of them, 20 of y'all, it didn't matter. Better switch batters, bring those hitters you designated. Flip a phone.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Jackson Report. Had to start my show off like that. When I did that video, when Boudang was editing it, I remember sitting back and I looked at the beginning scene and I was like, I guess at the time I didn't realize what I was doing, but maybe about a year ago I looked at it again and I thought about it. I was like, dang, that was a moment in time. When I captured that moment, I was helping cement her legacy. Y'all know what it is. It's November 17th. It's my Grammys day. I've been telling y'all to vibe with me because everybody that tune in, at least the majority of my viewers, I know knew who that woman was. Y'all knew what she was. Y'all knew who she was. Y'all knew what she meant to me. But today, we going to dedicate this one to, like, the grandmothers. I kind of wanted to do a show today about grandmas because nowadays, it's kind of like I won't say a lack thereof, because there's some official grandmas out here. I got a couple aunts that's grandmas, and I know they official with it. But I'm talking about the big mama days. The grandma where your mom and them, or your aunts and uncles drop you off over there, and it's a chance all the rest of your cousins might be there. I'm talking about them grandmas. Basically, them ones that instilled something in you that you in tune turned around and instilled in your kids, they great grands. That's the grandmas I'm talking about. Because today, now, 87 years ago, on this day, God blessed us with the presence of a lady whose legacy will forever live as long as I live and the rest of my aunts and uncles and cousins is living. We was blessed with her presence. And I guess 85 years later, he needed her presence back with him. And last week I kind of spoke on it, kind of like it was a cross I had been burying. But I guess this week, we're going to speak on it in different terms. We're going to speak on it in a way of like, whenever, down here in Austin, I'm saying, whenever I find myself kind of like in a tight spot, a tough situation, I think about some of the conversations I had with her. Or I think about some of the stuff she told me. And I think about some of the things that I didn't quite understand at the time she was telling me. But now I do. And so I guess 2 years ago, when my grandma passed away, or when she went back home with the Lord, as we say, I kind of didn't have no reaction for it. I didn't have no response. I really didn't want to talk to nobody. I really didn't want to say nothing because that was kind of one of the days in my life I dreaded. And I didn't know how I was going to react to it. But when it happened, it was kind of like a calm went over me because I looked at the whole overall picture. And I don't think a lot of us, speaking of my own fam, I don't think a lot of us looked at the bigger picture. Oh, because I remember. I remember being in a hospital with my grandma when we went to go see my granddaddy for the last time. And I remember the words she turned to me and said when she said her backbone was gone. That was in 2001. And you imagine, they say most people precede their partners in passing. That was 2001. She left this world in 2018. That's 17 whole years without your best friend, your better half, the person that helped you build your whole family. So some of y'all, think about that. And think about the strength that took for one person to still hold it down, be the matriarch of the family, and still find a way to keeping on. When a lot of us sometimes find ways to quit or give up. So I thought about all that. And I thought about the one thing of how selfish of me, I should say, would it have been had I had any other reaction than to kind of just be at peace with it. To be at peace like, she back with her husband. She back with her daughter. She back with her son. She back with her sisters and brothers. Imagine being in this world knowing that all of them left this world before you. They say most parents want to go before their kids. So imagine having two of yours go before you, as well as your husband. And you still hold it down because you knew you was the pillar of strength for your family. That speaks volumes to me when I need to revert to something to get my strength back up. I think about that. Kind of make it easier. Kind of make me sit back and think about the little stuff I may be complaining about ain't even the hill of beans because I witnessed that firsthand. But today, y'all see what I'm sipping. Y'all see it. I'll turn it around. I ain't even trying to do no shameless plugs on my show because they ain't sponsored me. But this was her favorite drink. Anybody that knew my grandma in her heyday when she used to be out on the porch with all our aunts and uncles. Well, our great aunts and our great uncles and our older cousins. This is what she used to sip. But when I looked at that video, I had to start my show today with that video. Because I remember when I ran in the house and I said, Granny, you got to come to the door. She kept saying, for what? She like, I ain't finna go. I said, you got to come to the door. Come to the door. She got up. I said, just speak to everybody for me. And I kind of knew she would because at the time I was Granny's baby. I was spoiled in them up. But now I look back on that and I thank God that I thought about doing that because anytime I felt like I need to see her, I could put that video on and I could just remember how she was and the stuff she said to me and the things that she put in me that helped me down here. And even in that video, I feel the need today to go ahead and address this and get it out the way. But even in that video, you saw one of my cousins. Matter of fact, the cousin who the reason I'm down here. And it's my show. Pay good money to do this. So I can address this so that people know because I feel like I made my show a family atmosphere. You know? We just talking. It's an open forum, y'all. But we kind of had chips on our shoulders for couple years. It's been edgy. Over misunderstandings, misinterpretations, and everything. But in the midst of that, I say this to you because I know you probably tune in and see this. I remember when we shot that video and I was driving your car over there to go film that scene with me and you standing there. And regardless to what, maybe I saw it one way, you saw it one way when all of this Austin stuff happened. But at the end of the day, the mature man that I've become looks back on that situation and I could say, maybe you saw something in me that needed just that little push. Because if I can look at where I'm at today and think about where I was then, like I said, hats off to you, sir. Hats off to you. See, the thing of it is this whole week when I was planning this show, and I kept thinking, which direction should I go for my grandma? How I want to do it. I figured just dedicate it to her. Because for one, if we all think about it, she dedicated the last remaining part of her life to her family. Because outside of her husband, she gave herself to all of us. She put something in us. And if y'all had the opportunities that I had, being up at 2, 3, 4 in the morning and just having conversations, a lot of laughs. Sometimes it was sadness. Sometimes it was me being a cockeyed black bastard. I can say that because that's what today about. Today about her. It's her birthday. I ain't know how I was going to do this show, but I figured just come up here and get y'all the wit today. Any other time I be in my little media mode, I be filming, looking at different stuff that I done saw, different articles. I'm always talking about the government and this and that, but today we're just going to talk about something real. Something real that probably need to be talked about more in our communities, at least the black community. I be trying to stray away from certain angles with my show and just going in one direction, try to be broadened with my horizons. But today, I got to speak on what it was like. What up, little bro? I see you in the comments. What's good with it? Oh yeah, you was a little youngster running around, but you knew who Granny was. You knew my Grammy. I'm quite sure. Because your big bro knew who my Grammy was. I think my grandma used to do some amazing stuff when it came to the dudes in my neighborhood. Like, and what I appreciate about all my 6 Mile bros, whether it was a mama or a grandma, that was mama. If she said it, that's what was up. If she said it, that's what was going on. Be it my bro, Young Boss, I see you in the... When he hit me on the messenger, I told you I was gonna start at 6:15, bro. But Chuck decided. No, I'm not gonna throw Chuck under the bus today, y'all. But speaking of grandmas, you know, it's the one thing all of us can relate on, and it's crazy because this thought just sparked up in my mind because we talking about grandmas. What y'all think it'd be like if Donald Trump grandma? See, I'm always thinking about some stuff. What y'all think it'd be like if Donald Trump grandma just walked in the White House like, boy, all this bullshit you doing, you know, I taught you better than that. And see, I've been trying to stay away from profanity on my show because we're going to take it in that direction to get sponsors. So, but yeah, that thought just crossed my mind. But let me stop jumping all over the place. I was talking about my bro, Young Boss. He had just hit me. And he like, you know, I thought you was starting it. And right after I got off the phone with him, it crossed my mind. Like, I've been down here in Austin, and I might not get the chance to reach out to all my core like I want to. But my bro, Young Boss, and I know you tuned in. If ever I had a brother from another mother, real spill, bro. When it come down to like certain people in my life, it go without say. It go without say. So if you see this, bro, it's no change. You come to Texas, it's no change. When I do come up to Detroit, you already know what we got to do. We got to bend the corner or two. We got to do it like you always was doing it, bro. So all of y'all that's tuning in and watching this one, today way different. Any other time I had something I'm going to say. But today, I came in this Tuesday and I really, really had planned to just be like, you know what, I'm going to sit in the house, I'm going to chill, I'm not going to say nothing, I'm not going to do nothing, I'm going to work, be a machine. I really don't want to, I don't even want to be social today. But then that little birdie tapped me on the shoulder like, fool, you got a whole podcast you do every Tuesday. So what you go do? I'm like, dang, it's my Grammy birthday. I don't want to do nothing, little birdie. But the little birdie was like, What you think your grandma would tell you if you told her you didn't want to go on stage when you used to be rapping? So she probably cuss me out and tell me I'm always wasting money. So, to keep from wasting my money, no, I'm talking junk. Oh, man, I'm having fun today because we sipping, and it's my grandma's birthday. And if y'all knew my grandma.
DeWitt, I got to say, in that video, you were looking way younger.
Oh, hey, see.
I've never seen you looking like that before.
Well, what happened was, hair dye is a hell of a thing. No, I'm just messing with you. I was a lot younger when I did that video. A whole lot younger. What's up, sis? I see you in the comments. I love you too, sis. I was a hell of a lot younger though, Chuck. And then, it's like, no, honestly, Chuck, no, that was all makeup. We shot that video maybe like a year before I came to Texas. I'm talking junk. We did though. We shot it a year before I came to Texas. It's just y'all did this to me down here. Driving in Austin is what gave me gray hair and stressed me the hell out. But honestly, today, y'all, if your grandma's still around, or even if she went back home with God on this day, and y'all a loyal follower to my show, on this day, we going to salute the grandmas. We saluting all big mamas today. Because y'all think about it. If it was still true big mamas left in the world, a lot of the madness probably wouldn't be the way it was. Because my grandma was from an era. Didn't care who you was. Didn't care how long she knew you. If she felt you was out of line, she was cutting right into you. And anybody that knew her, I used to have to buffer a lot of stuff because everybody was fat. Ooh, girl, you done gained. You done got big, girl. She didn't care what she said to me. She didn't care what she said to people. Half of the time, I used to be like, man, she finna, dang. Well, she probably won't come back over here no more. But everybody had respect then, though. Like, what happened to that? Like, nowadays, it's like, you see some youngsters going up the block. Grandma on the porch, granddaddy down the street. They cussing like sailors and don't care. And God forbid one of the older folks say something to them. They cussing her out. Or the mama coming back talking junk. But not in my hood, on my block, and to my grandma. Or to anybody's grandma on my block, for that matter. To anybody's sister, brother. That's one thing I will say. 6 Mile was tread lightly. But today, being that we on grandmothers, when I got here and we was setting up for me to get on for y'all, my man Chuck was like, oh yeah, you finally doing a show I can relate to. And he said something, and when he said it, it made me realize another universal thing that everybody got in common. Chuck was like speaking about his grandma, and I told him, you know what? The show about grandmas, so y'all finally finna hear from Chuck. You ain't gonna see him, but you finna hear from Chuck. So you gotta tell me what was going on, Chuck.
All right. I could go all day, honestly, but I'll keep it short. So my grandma, born in 1922, just died this July at the ripe age of 98 years old. She was the only grandma I ever had, only grandparent that I ever knew growing up. All the others died when I was, 4 years old or less.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been recent in the past few weeks that I've really longed to talk to her again because I've been reading and listening to historical podcasts, and I've been reading history. And she's, I read a thing about World War II, Cuban Missile Crisis, stuff that happened before, my parents were born. And I would have loved to just call her up and ask her about what life was like back then. And I used to do that, but it was more out of, I remember I have a clear memory of saying, Grandma, what was it like when color TV was a thing, or when TV first came out? And she was like, oh, we went from the radio straight to the TV. We would all huddle around. There was only one channel. And yeah, it's really sad that she's gone, but I still have a voicemail in my phone saved from her, which I listen to every once in a while. So to all you guys with grandmas and grandpas still alive out there, give them a call every once in a while. Let them know you love them. Just because they're not going to be around forever. And that is the story of Chuck's grandma.
Right on, Chuck. You see, now, your grandma would have been somebody I would have loved to talk to as well. I mean, 1922, the things you could ask her, like, what was it like when this whole civil rights movement started? Or how was it like in the 30s when people were still winding their cars up and stuff? Like, so that would have been amazing. Like, my grandma was born in 1933. And it's crazy because you don't realize the conversations you be having with your grandparent until they not here no more. Like, I remember one day sitting in the house, and it was just me and my grandma. It was just like me and my granny. Had to be like, I think I came home from doing a show or something like that. And my grandma had this thing, anytime I came in the house, I would joke with her like, I don't matter what time I come in the house, you up making coffee. It could be midnight. As soon as you hear the key open the door, I hear the kitchen and the coffee making. And that was her thing. So it started to become to where I couldn't drink coffee without having a conversation with my grandma, or sitting and just talking to her, or watching a TV show with her. Like, I didn't realize until I spoke on it last week, and this whole week leading up to this show, I didn't realize how much I missed my grandma. Not the fact that I miss her and I'm going to be sad that she's not here, but I just miss that true bond, that true unconditional bond. Like, anybody that has a grandma still, or even a grandma that's recently went home with God, you remember just that feeling of when you looked at grandma, or when you sat next to grandma. Even if she was angry and she was saying some stuff to you because you done got on her last nerve, it was just a feeling that nothing was going to go wrong because you was with grandma. And it's crazy because when I say my Grammy, somebody was like, oh, that's cute. You used to call her that when you was little. And it's like, no. I didn't say that till I was a grown man. And a little fun fact about that. I never forget one night. Because I used to do the music thing. Chuck, you seen the video. It just was at the beginning. And a lot of people that know me with the music thing know, like, other than sitting behind here doing what I'm doing now, if a beat was on and I was putting some words to it, I was a monster with it. Monster. A monster with it. That second to none. No shots at nobody. But when a beat and I feel like I need to give y'all some heat, that's what happens. Like, but I never forget, I was finna go do this show. And I kept saying, I don't know what song I'm for him. I don't even know what I'm going to do. And my grandma was like, well, I wish you would do the one you've been walking around upstairs saying for the past couple days. I was listening to it. It sound good. You should go do it. You going to be at somebody awards. And I said, I don't need an award, Grandma. You my Grammy. Already got an award. And from that day forth, that's been my Grammy. Like, what a lot of people didn't know, when it came to my music, I would record it and then just be like, after I recorded it, I'll record it. Everybody else would be like, it sound like this and it sound like that. I'll run it by my CEO, Boudang. I let my cousins hear it. I let a couple of my peoples hear it. Then I started letting people I didn't know hear it and be like, what they think. But I would never have no reaction to my own music until I would be playing it upstairs in my room. And my grandma would come to the bottom of the stairs and be like, what's that last one you was just playing? Play that back. I like him. And I say, that's me. I say, that's me, Granny. She say, boy, I know that's you. I like that song there. So a lot of the times, when it would come down to the songs that I'd be like, all right, this the songs I want to do, it would be because I was listening to my music upstairs and my grandma came down to the bottom of the stairs like, I like that one there. Like the one song, the very first track I recorded that started getting me a little name in the city, that I'm So Unique track. I swear I couldn't stand that song when I first did it, and I was hearing it and I kept hearing it, and I just thought that was the bubblegummest, just nursery rhyming song I could have ever done with that. Look at me. But I was playing it, and the next day, I'm downstairs and we drinking coffee. And my grandma was like, I like that Look at Me So. He's like, I like that Look at Me, You Unique song. I said, I'm so unique. And she said, whatever you were saying up there, I went to sleep. That's all I kept hearing in my head. I said, oh, I got one. I got one on my hands then. I got one. Granny said this. Granny said she was listening to it. But when I think about it now, I look back at that and it just made me appreciate who she was even more. Because it's like grandmothers had a unique way, a very unique way of tapping into that one thing in all of us that just make us feel like, you know what? I can do this and I'm finna do it to the best of my ability. Be it through the wisdom that they drop on us, or just the treatment and the love that they give us. They instill something in us. And speaking of something instilled in us, I was at work earlier and I was talking to my uncle. And we was talking about just the different generations. And we got to speaking on us as a people. And I kept telling him my theory. Chuck, I kept telling him the same thing that I had been saying for the longest. All of these stimulus bills they write, and all of these relief funds they in Congress going back and forth over that they never get into a settlement on. Why not just give every American $2 million? That ain't even $1 trillion. That's not even $1 trillion. But like I told my uncle, the problem with that is, if you give every American $2 million, they scared of what we gonna think of to become with that $2 million. Because there's a lot of innovative minds out here in this world. A lot of innovative minds that can do something with 50,000, nonetheless $2 million. So they wouldn't do that. And thinking about that.
Do it?
Yeah.
If every person in the U.S. got $2 million, that would be $700 trillion.
Well, that's what we need. It's 300. It's only 330 million people. Times 2 million. Guess what? They can do it. Or they can give everybody $1 million. So if they give everybody $1 million, you think about it.
You'd never see me again.
Exactly. Well, Chuck's so I wouldn't have a tech guy. We can't get Chuck $1 million. Give me the $1 million and let me just keep Chuck in my entourage. Cause if we give him $1 million, he already talking about abandoning us already. Like I gotta let Gary know this. Cause you talking about abandoning us. Chuck can't even get 10,000. Chuck say 10,000. I'm out of here. I'm sick of y'all shit. I'm gone. But on another note, y'all, the holidays coming up. Thanksgiving. Everybody, this year Thanksgiving gonna be awkward as hell. I don't know if it's just me. But the fact that this year has been 2020 makes Thanksgiving upcoming awkward as hell to me. Like, we gonna give thanks for making it through this COVID thing. But on the same note, ain't it a bittersweet year? Like, really? Like, ain't this like the year that's done turned everybody's life upside damn down? Being honest. Oh man, bro. Much love. My bro Jaws. Man, look, bro. Little quick story about my bro Jaws. And you probably don't remember this neither, bro, because I see you in the comments. We was at Kelsey's. And we was relay swimming. And it came down to me and my bro Jaws. I won't ever forget this because I just knew. I'm like, I'm a lot more slim than he is. He little chubby kid. I'm going to outswim his ass. Watch this. And then I found out why they call him Jaws. It's not just because his cheeks was chubby. That motherfucker swim like a goddamn Olympic swimmer. And I jumped off to a little bit of a head start, and he still beat me. I will never forget that. I never forget that day. So what up, though, bro? I see you. What's good with it? But yeah. I'm telling y'all, I told y'all today was going to be way different. It was going to be way different. Any other day, it'd be structured. I have some things I'm going to talk about. I have some points I'm going to give y'all. But today I'm up here just freaking rambling. Sure, we all drinking. Let's drink and be merry. We drinking Paps. What my grandma used to drink. I got my bros jumping in and out of the comments. Today was just a real chill day. And then Chuck just schooled me. If every American got $2 million, Gary, that would be $700 trillion. And that's now that I think about it, because I'm thinking of it in just single dollars. If everybody got $1 million, 330 million people got $1 million, it'd be no more America. Because, certain ones of us, you can't give us shit like that. $2 million, we even got with a couple of our smart friends, like, fuck them. We our own country. Like, you think about it.
Well, if everyone got $2 million, the dollar wouldn't be worth $2 million.
Exactly. It'd be over with. It'd be over with. But just could you imagine how many? The government. So, but look, imagine this. if everybody got $2 million, right? Can you imagine how many people's $2 million would be gone within 24 hours? You,
I think a better question would be how many people would die.
man, yeah, because there's some scandalous people out here, and they'll be looking like, oh, he's a pansy. I could just take his little money. I think that would cause chaos. I think that would cause chaos. I think that would cause mass chaos in the world. If they gave everybody $2 million, yeah, it'll fuck the buying power up. Cause you gotta think, it'll make all of the stuff that's luxury worth nothing. You think about it.
What's that say?
$2 million. If everybody got $2 million, it would eliminate the buying power. And
If we gave everyone $1, it's the same as giving everyone $1 million because at the end of the day, relative value eliminates the buying power from each individual.
yep,
That sounds like some
it's crazy because you think about it. You think about it.
some corporate bullshit. That's
If everybody had
$1 million, I would have $1 million.
exactly. But see, what's crazy is if everybody had $1 million, just say we ain't even got to go two. If everybody had $1 million, how many people's $1 million would get spent on another person? If you think about it,
Can you hear what I'm saying when I'm talking?
it'd be crime. Yep. Exactly. It'd be the crime rate would go through the roof because of the simple fact of it's so easy for anybody to get a gun now. And the thing that's crazy about speaking on guns, I'm trying to see how legislation is going to handle this, saying that, okay, it's all right for the bars in Austin to open now. But they already been open under the restaurant rules. So how do you switch your license from a restaurant back to a bar? Because being a bar, that means more than 51% of your business comes from alcohol sales. So when you switch to a restaurant, we can carry guns up in there. But if they switch back to a bar, how do you know that? Now you up in there with your gun. I've been waiting on that. I've been waiting on that to just rear its ugly head either on 6th or Rainy. I've been waiting to see somebody gonna act a damn fool because none of the bars is bars on Rainy because they've been open. So I don't know how this working with them saying, I think this past weekend, the bars were supposed to be open back up down here in Austin. So I'm like, if they just opening this weekend, I've been picking people up from bars all for the past month and a half. But anyway, we not gonna stray too far off the subject that I was on. And it's ironic that my bro Jaws in the comments because we grew up in a place. We spent some time in a place. The Jeffries Projects, when they say it takes a village, the Jeffries Projects was the village.
I got some breaking news for you. You wanna hear this?
What's this?
Georgia audit finds 2,700 votes not uploaded, shaving Biden's lead by 449.
449 votes. Oh, so wait a minute. Hold the phones. So the Georgia vote audit apparently is shaving Biden's lead. Yikes. Uh-oh.
Does this surprise you?
Yeah. Because we need that man in the White House.
It sounds like some of that shit Trump's been saying might
I don't think so. So Georgia, man, that's WSAV. What dot SAV.com? Who is they? Uh-huh. It says Biden's gonna win. Him's gonna win. But this election, guess what? I'm gonna be real. I'm so done with this election and all of the rigmarole and the back and forth. Huh?
It ain't done with you though.
Oh, guess what? It is done with me.
No, it ain't. This shit's gonna drag out for the next like 2 months.
That's hey.
It ain't done with you. You got 2 more months.
Speedy, what's good? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Georgia, like, we need Georgia to get out there and do the right thing. Nah. I'm quite sure if they keep auditing, they going to find more votes for that man.
They're gonna find a bunch because there's a rampant election fraud. Every election.
I think every election is fraud.
For sure.
If they went back and audited 2016, Hillary would probably be president.
Maybe.
Exactly. If they go back and audit it,
No, I don't think so.
if they audit 2000, Al Gore would have been the president.
Oh, well, that's an easy one. He did win it first. No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't. That was the same thing they did this time.
He won it, and then they started saying Chad was on them damn
That
ballots.
was the same thing that the media did that time too.
Yeah, they hold everyone. Oh, bet.
Georgia confirmed the counts the other day. No, they didn't. It's not. They're doing an audit.
Yeah, I mean they confirmed the counts, bro, but now they getting audited. That's just like if you saying that you supposed to get 18,000 back, and the IRS sitting that audit like, we checked the numbers, and that 18,000 just went down to now you owe us 1,800. That's how it always go when you get audited. It don't turn out in your favor when you get that audit.
Right?
Coco, what's up, baby? I see you.
Okay, here's a good article here. Recount should be finished Wednesday. Most results are accurate. Not completely.
They all accurate.
No, it says most.
I think they all accurate. So I'm gonna go on record and I will take the heat. Biden, he won. God damn it.
You didn't even vote for him.
Biden is the next president of the United States of America. Of what? America. Which America? North America. Not South, not Central.
Not a country, fool.
Yes, it is.
North America's like a continent.
It's the continent, but it's all America. Which America is he going to be the president of?
United States.
North America.
Oh my God, damn! You need to go back to elementary school.
I'm just messing. I'm just having fun with my producers because he looking at me like I'm crazy as hell.
Be pumping out fake news over here.
I work for Imp. Oh shit!
Now this says
I work for Info Fights.
serve as new count,
What?
but they're also doing a manual recount by hand.
Oh hell no!
Yeah, there's a bunch of different things, man. That's just in Georgia.
Y'all see me? I'm on the show drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon, Coco, because this was my grandma's drink. And now I see why they used to be talking as much shit as they used to talk. Cause this beer kind of gets you a nice little bud. We not in the stocks, Danny. He come on the comments talking about stocks. This ain't the stock report. It's the Jackson report. Dang, hey, I might need to invest in Bitcoin because everybody that invests in Bitcoin making a killing. I need some of that. But anyway, y'all, today we on this show, and I'm probably gonna have like 18 viewers. Crazy.
Did you say 18?
Today it's gonna be 18 viewers because on this episode of the Jackson Report, the dude didn't talk about shit, honey. He didn't say a damn thing. He got up there with the mic to his mouth. He was talking about some lady named Grammy we've never heard of. Like, all right, bro. Like, talking about who the hell is Grammy? He talking about an award. People that tune in late don't get the gist of it. I had to salute my grandma because today was her birthday. And if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have the good common sense that I have. Or I wouldn't be as intelligent as I am. Like, I could get up here every week and always get y'all jewels. But being that we in the midst of a pandemic, so let's get serious for a second. We in the midst of a pandemic. And right now the case is spiking back up. I just seen the other day Michigan shutting down again for another 3 weeks.
They just implemented a curfew up in Ohio.
And Ohio just got a curfew. See, it pays to have good producers that research and really be into the news. Because I'm not a journalist. I don't be in the news. I don't read shit. Let me explain. I call my producer and ask him, what's going on? What's happening in the world? And most of the time, unless he's drunk, then he has some good info. But real talk, the truth of the matter is this. I come on here every week and I be wanting to have fun some weeks. Because at the time in life that we're in right now, you got people depressed. You got people that just can't handle it. People that's losing jobs. So I feel like if I can come in every week and bring a little bit of funniness, a little bit of laughter to somebody's life, then so be it. I spend my money every week to come do that for people. Because at the end of the day, and watch how I tie all of this back into what my whole show was about. At the end of the day, my grandma was a giver. She was a giving person. She was kind-hearted. And when I think about that, I think about them was the things that she instilled in me. Like when she used to tell me, you don't go real for real with nobody. And I'm like, real for real? I ain't. But just because a person act crazy as hell, I don't have to act crazy as hell. Then she used to be like, you know what? You can't expect everybody to be like you. Just because you treat a person some kind of way, don't mean they gonna treat you the same. But at the end of the day, you did your deed. So you move on from that situation and be straight. So you see how I wrapped it all back in? Like I get up here some weeks and just be on here rambling and having fun. Or I be messing with Chuck. I have my producer Gary on here. I be talking junk. Have my bro Brad. Have my cousin Fatty in the comments. But this week, it was just a chill week. Because not every week do I need to drill into y'all mind something crazy that's going on in the world. We know it's crazy right now. We know they got something on their hands that they supposedly can't deal with, and it's killing people by the hundreds of thousands. It's taking people out all over the world. We know this. So to get up here every week and constantly tell y'all about a election, or to constantly tell y'all about all of the bad stuff going on in the world, is just something I refuse to do on a weekly basis, because we know that. We see that. We turn our TVs on. We looking on our timelines. We seeing that. But we at a time now in this country of ours where we need comedy. We need some relief. People need to smile. People need to feel good about something that's happening other than turning on their TV saying, oh, My job ain't opening back up. Damn, they ain't giving us no stimulus. We know these things. So here's the thing. If you tuning into this every week, you got a reason to celebrate. Why? Because exactly what I said. You tuning in every week. Meaning you not sick. Meaning you not out there going crazy. You not letting this get the best of you. And bro, why you think I call checking on everybody? My bro Danny, you right. Depression and anxiety during this time is real. It's definitely real. Because people is upset about losing their homes. They upset about a job they've been working at for years, done established themselves, got friends and all of that. And now it's just gone for something that's out of their control. Not that they was late. They called in too many times. They didn't do their job correctly. Oh, no. Some stuff that one person decided to lie about and couldn't handle changed all of our lives. So why would I have to get up here every week and drill that into y'all mind? Or get up here every week and be like, Donald Trump saying this, Joe Biden saying that, Kamala saying this. Or Kamala is saying this. Pence saying that. I don't. Sometimes I need to get up here and just be on some. Let me tell you a story. I need to sometimes get up here and just have fun with y'all. Sit back. I had a dude in my car, right? A dude and this girl. I picked him up doing Lyft this week. Apparently he do a podcast. So he looked at one of my episodes and he was like, I like what you doing. He was like, I want you to come on mine. And he was like, the holidays coming up. What was Thanksgiving like growing up where you was at? Made me think about some stuff. Thanksgiving used to get pretty interesting depending on where I was at. I done seen full-blown fights break out over the Thanksgiving holidays. And then, you know, after Thanksgiving comes Christmas. And my uncle put something in me. My Uncle Nard told me something, Gary. Check this out. My Uncle Nard told me something when I was younger. And has anybody ever thought about this? Because, you know, it's two sides to everything. It's always a flip side. They always talk about Christmas, and when you hear the song, it's the most wonderful time of the year, right? Motherfuckers be getting robbed and killed, houses broken into, so how is that the most wonderful time of the year? Then you got the people, think about the people.
To pay for any presents.
You think, think about the dude that's going to wake up behind a dumpster on the 25th of December. That ain't the most wonderful time of the year for him.
Hey, depends what you're into, man.
You know what? For Christmas this year, the Jackson Report is going. And look, y'all, I'm saying this on live. I'm saying this on live because I'm taking people down with me.
Holiday music special?
No, we not, yeah. We yeah, Chuck. We gonna do a holiday music special, and Gary gonna dress up as Mrs. Claus and be up. Look.
I'm charging you double.
Look, for Christmas, no, the Christmas special of the Jackson Report. And I'm saying this. And look, y'all, Facebook, if y'all see this, I want y'all to hold them accountable. I'm finna tell their real names so y'all can go request their accounts, and I want y'all to troll the hell out of them if they don't do this. But we go. Martinez, mister. You in the comments. To the moon we go. My producer, Gary Faust. My tech guy, Charlie Hibbler. Me, the Jackson Report. I won't say my personal page. No, everybody know my personal page. But for Christmas, guess what we doing? We giving back, Gary. So for Christmas, we gonna buy 224 packs and pass out beers until we run out. Merry Christmas to the people.
Under the bridge?
No, seriously, for Christmas I do want to give some kind of. I want to do something like give away plates. So maybe we go out
Under the bridge?
under the bridge. You keep saying under what bridge? It's plenty of them in Austin. Underwood Bridge.
35 overpass?
6th Street.
That's right.
I don't want to get robbed. I just want to. No, I'm talking. I just do. We giving back. We giving back for Christmas. Cause for Thanksgiving we gonna give thanks. We gonna eat good, and all of that kind of stuff. And you know today, even though this show was dedicated to my Grammy, and you know I had to just kind of get over last week because I realized I was being selfish last week by saying it was a burden I was carrying and it was hurting me. Because that would have been unfair to her. Like, so I guess this week, it was her birthday. And I remember one year on her birthday, she was telling me how, you know, she was to the point birthdays just come and go because I guess my granddaddy wasn't here. But I always looked at her and just was like, but you don't understand how special you are because you here for all us. And I was going to do a 15 seconds of shame this week. But no, honestly, I'm not even going to do it because being that this week was about my grandma. And she wasn't that kind of person. Guess what? My grandma was a Scorpio. So she kind of was that kind of person. I've been trying to be respectful. But my 15 seconds of shame this week is something different. And I'm going to do it exactly like I would have did it if she was sitting right here and the stuff I used to say to her. Guess what? My 15 seconds of shame this week is for every single solitary chick that I ever thought I wanted to talk to and tried to play me. Look at me now and look at y'all tuning in to my damn show, wishing y'all was still in my life. So guess what? If my grandma was sitting on the couch, I would tell her, Granny, you know what they can do for me? They could suck something, because she wouldn't let me say they could, you know what I mean, Gary. I don't want to say it on the TV.
What do you mean, DeWitt?
You know, she would say, Chuck put me on the spot.
I just don't know what you're talking about, bro.
You know what? I would tell them, the chicks that downplayed me and thought I wasn't going to be nothing, or used to be like, we don't know. Look at me now. Look at me now. If I could tell y'all what I gross monthly, it would shock y'all, but I'm not. I said exactly like I would talking with my granny. Like, Granny, they gonna be on my nuts because I'm hot. Back then, you hoes ain't want me, but now I'm hot. I don't want y'all on me neither. Mike Jones, yep. Yeah, that was a Mike Jones line. So I'm going to give him a DeWitt line. Who? Mike Jones.
Who?
You know what? The hell with you. Yeah, I just thought about what the... But I'm going to end off with this. I got to give y'all a jewel. And I'm going to tell you something that my grandma told me. And it was real when she told me this. She was like, boy, if you a man, take pussy off the table and you will always meet you a real woman. And she was like, if you had kids and they girls, you tell them this. If you snatch a man's wanker from him, you'll find out just how real that man is. So for the dudes and the ladies that's tuned in out there, that was a jewel for y'all if y'all caught that one. The reality of it all is just like this. When it comes to grandmas is special because, yeah, your parents love you, and yeah, your parents instill a lot in you. But grandmothers give you that special love, that special care. They give you that wisdom that only a grandmother can give you. And when you think about a lot of the stuff that's good in us, and you think about where it came from, it come from grandmothers. Because even with our parents, your parent wouldn't be here if it wasn't for who? Your grandmother. So I'm going to leave y'all with that tonight. Today was different. And I did it how I wanted to. Because like my grandma would always tell me, you don't listen to no damn body. You're going to do it anyway if I told you not to. Gary always got a lot of good info for me to do. And, you know, he'd be like, you got to stick to this topic and that. And I go against the grain sometimes. And if y'all could see the freeze frame of how his hair is sticking up because he been pulling it out like the witch, you not. What is you doing? We are ruined. You done promoted Pabst Blue Ribbon on your goddamn show. They ain't sent us a check or nothing. But at the end of the day, if you tuned in and you vibe with me when I was in my little feelings and I felt like I wanted today to just be a real chill day because I'm reflecting and thinking about my grandma, being that it's the 17th. 2 days later, 2 days earlier, than another person who's special to me and don't even realize it. And I won't even mention no names. But it's like I care about a lot of people whose birthdays was in November. My mom's was the 4th. My grandma's the 17th. And the 19th. I know somebody whose birthday is the 19th. And that person was influential to me down here in Austin. I come on, and this week we was shucking and jiving, I guess, if that's what you want to call it, Gary. You know, I'm speaking black people terms. We was shucking and jiving, or scratching and surviving, having fun, just sitting back, because I wanted it to be chill. For one, I'm on call at work. And for two, hell, I paid for it. Might as well fuck it up, huh, Gary? Just have fun on this month. But no, honestly, today I just kind of wanted to really not always drill y'all with all of the messed up stuff that's going on in society. Like, 2020 is that 1 year that probably none of us gonna want to really reflect on and talk about until like 2025. Like, give it some time to blow over. Let's see what the rest of this gonna be like before we get to mentioning this year. But I'm gonna leave y'all with something real. We could always preach. We could always bicker. We could talk about all of these different things. We can complain about how this year was. Or we could look at this year and take it as this. It was a real opportunity where the whole world slowed down and gave us time to focus on ourselves and realize what mattered the most. So to my friends, my bros, my family, all of the people that support my show, supported the music, or support anything I do, this one was for y'all. Just because I wanted to just sit back and chill and just kind of vibe, as opposed to getting up here always having some scripted shit done. Today was just strictly to be on the air talking with y'all. So all of y'all, I'm going to raise my can to y'all. I'm going to take a sip. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Keep following the show because we at episode 12 after this one. And now it's time to get back down to business. So y'all keep tuning in because next week we back to business. And I'm going to have a lot of exciting topics to talk with y'all about. This week was just for my Grammy. And like I said, she slowed her whole life down to make sure I grew up and was good. Why couldn't I slow mine down for one day to make this about her? So, Grammy, this one was for you. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, rocking with me tonight. This has been another episode of the Jackson Report. Good night, y'all.